Well, fellas, on popular demand, I'd be more than happy to show you the bomb tanks which you could get in the store. And let's see. So the first thing that we notice is that we have the Tier 10 FV215183. Now, this thing slaps for 1750 alpha, if I remember correctly. I had the vehicle. I was lucky enough to buy it with credits a few years ago. And it was like, I can't remember. It was like an insane amount of credits, but I bought it. This thing really slaps, especially if someone's playing the DZT. Now, the problem is the price. Wait, what's this? Okay, whatever. The price, ladies and gentlemen, is, yeah, what you see on the screen right there. 15,000 bonds. 15,000 bonds. Now, if your average is 4 when you play tanks that receive bonds, either the tier 9 premiums or the tier 10 tech trees, etc., including, of course, all those reward vehicles, which are for tier 10, like the Object 279E, etc., or the Object 260. That's going to take you roughly around 3,000 battles, give or take, because you're also going to lose battles. You're also going to finish some missions. 3,000 battles with an average of, let's say, average World of Tanks battle is around 4 to 6 minutes. That would mean, about 18,000 minutes. Now, if you divide 18,000, okay, let's do a very quick calculation here. 18,000 divided by 60. It will only take you around 300 hours of playing to get to 300 hours of playing. Ay. Now, 300 hours, let's divide that by 24. You would need 12 and a half days of playing nonstop in order to get this vehicle. This right over here. Anyway, next up, what they've added in the store is the M4Y, aka the Yo tank, which is a pretty decent premium tank. As you can see, more combat experience, more credits. Yeah, it's a premium tank. Minus 10 degrees of gun depression, average penetrate 220 with a standard round, 360 alpha, 10.83 base reload, which is not bad for a tier 8 heavy. Pretty decent turret, 279, 178 hull. Can bounce lots of shots if you angle it properly. The only problem this vehicle has is a huge cupola saying, "Here, shoot me, shoot me." Apart from that, this vehicle can travel at 45 kilometers per hour forwards, 18 backwards. Of course, these are without modifiers. Power to weight ratio, not bad. How are we doing on spotting? 380. View range, you're going to struggle a little bit. But nevertheless, this is a decent premium vehicle at tier 8. Barely below 2,000 damage per minute, which is not bad. Amazing gun depression. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, so very nice. And at 8,000 bonds, pretty fair deal. Now, before I move on to the next tank, I would like to point out something very important. Some of these tanks could be bought on the WarGaming portal. Like, for example, if I remember correctly, this, you guys remember this hybrid, this thing that looks kind of like a mutant? The Tank Destroyer T/103 Tier 8 Premium Russian. It could be bought for either 8,000 bonds or 24.72 euros. Well, at least according to my region, that's what it says. For some of you around the world, it might say dollars, it might say something else. I do not know that, of course. But on average, it's around 25 euros, give or take. Back to the game. The next vehicle which I notice is none other than the Tier 8 Premium 122 TM. Now this vehicle is just, what can you say? Classified as a medium, but I would call it a heavy. Why? Well, when you have 120 hull armor and 280 turret armor, you are just mwah. The problem with this vehicle is that even though it has 8 degrees of gun depression, good gun handling, good alpha damage of 400, its reload time is just horrendous. Base 16.78 with brothers in arms and gun rammer and ventilation and food and I don't know, other, you probably get other modifications. Probably, I'm not so sure. You could take it down to maybe 12. I'm just giving a guess. I haven't played mine in a long time. Actually, I am going to put up there you go. This is from my main account. That is the maximum reload time that you could get, the best. Next on the list we have the Type 62 Tier 7 Light. I believe this is Chinese. Yes, it's Chinese. Counts as a premium, more combat, more credits, free transfer. Well, free transfer is for all the vehicles anyway, as well as more experience. The difference, I've mentioned this before. I want people to take a note of this so you won't forget. The difference between reward vehicles and premium vehicles is that reward vehicles do not include the more credits per battle, which is plus 50% base. Let's see. Gun reload 527, average penetrate 145, average damage 180, a little of a pew 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 tank. Not bad. 5 degrees of gun depression. Kind of struggles. How are we doing on concealment? 16.42. Oh, it's not too bad as base. 4.1 when you fire, of course. With brothers in arms and concealment and food and this and that, you could easily take that up to, I don't know, maybe 35 plus. I'm just calculating very quickly in my head. Probably even more than that. Probably even more. The basic view range. The only problem that this vehicle has, which I do not like, is the price. 6,000 bombs for a Tier 7 light, which is mostly a meme light, especially with that gun, is, yeah. Last but not least, some people are going to hate me for saying this, but you know what? I don't care. My favorite tank, which has been introduced in the Bond store within that context, of course, it's not my favorite tank of all time. My favorite tank is the Leaf Blower. Everyone knows that by now. But my favorite tank in the Bond store is this. None other than the huge meme tank, aka the TOG 2. Now, for those who do not know, the acronym TOG actually stands for the Old Gang, in case you guys didn't know that. This is a historical vehicle, and if you ever go to Bovington, you know, on Tank Museum Day, you can actually go and see it live, and it's actually this big. This model is accurate, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, apart from these things on the side, that's a special add-on from my mods, Aslins, that's a different story. But this was actually a historic tank. It actually saw service in World War II. But, of course, by the time it reached the battlefield, the battle has ended. Had ended. Sorry. Sorry. Now, there's a special style, and which has been made, again, for the memes. Let me see if I have it on my main account. Okay, so I was wrong. I had the idea that I had this this style. I don't have it because it's new. It's called the hot dog style. You know, hot dog, hot dog. Let's see if we can preview this. No, I don't want to purchase. I currently only have 909 bonds, and I want to save them because I'm not gonna. Oh, that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Can't I? Wait, yeah, I can. Yeah, right here. Preview. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the salty hot dog. Hot dog. Would you look at that? Okay, now we could use the free camera and we could fly around and take a look. Yummy, yummy. why isn't it exactly in the center? I mean, I see the bread, you know, left and right, but why isn't the pieces of the hot dog are here? Oh, the sauce is around the middle. Wow. Well, over here it's lined up at least. There you go. I don't know if this remains within the store after I buy my other 3 remaining vehicles. This style is still around, I will buy it. But I need every single bond, me personally, in order to, well, buy those 3 vehicles. So, what else are they offering? They have these ridiculously overpriced styles which have been inserted. Tiger Claw 3D style for the Woozy 114 at 2,500 bonds. Ouch. Okay, we must admit it looks partial. This is the full. What's the difference? Wait, what's the difference? Tiger Claw bond. Tiger Claw style, excuse me. I must admit, this looks badass. It really looks badass. But 2,500 bonds for a style, just to make your vehicle look a little bit different. That's ooh, ouch. That is ouch. Then next we have the Montu. I can't remember if this is new. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments below. Wow. Oh my god. That looks amazing. Are those Arabic numbers? Yeah, those are Arabic numbers. Those are Arabic numbers. That first number on the left is actually the 2. The one next to it, which looks like an O, that's where my head is right now. That's the 5. The next one is the 6, and the other is a 4. It looks like an opposite, like a reversed 3. So basically, that's 2563. I know the Arabic numbers. I mean, come on, it's one of my mother tongues. Arabic numbers. Wow, that was a pleasant surprise. Yep, 2563. There you go. Why are there Arabic numbers on a style? I don't know. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm just surprised. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next we have an ridiculously overpriced 3D style for the Woozy 5A at 3,000. Whopping 3,000 bonds, ladies and gentlemen. You can get this, the Last Dragon, which it's badass, okay? Let's admit, it's badass. You see what's funny about WarGaming is that first they milk you with the assembly shops, and then they introduce this type of BS in the game. 3,000 bonds. 3,000 bonds. In order to make 3,000 bonds, how many hours and how many days do you have to play in order to get that? Playing tier 9 premiums or tier 10 tech trees or etc. etc. You know what other techs. The modeling is gorgeous. I'll give them that. The pricing, sorry, WarGaming. Many people are not going to get this just because they are sick and tired of this BS. I don't want to turn this into a negative video, but the truth is the truth, you know? Okay, what do we have next? The next style, which I find to be gorgeous, although, again, it's expensive. The Land Cruiser, if I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. Land Cruiser 3D style for the mouse, the Mighty Mouse. You got your crosses, but not the iron ones like the old fool Becker promised. It's kind of like a historical reference. Okay, we are going to let's see. What do we have? We have a ladder over here to get to the top of the roof. A AAA? You call that AAA or double A? Anti-aircraft machine gun mounted on the top. I do not know what effect this will have in the game. I don't think this will be something that you could shoot. I don't think so. No, no. This is just for modeling. You guys remember the Jag Panzer E100, the tier 10 massive tank destroyer with the decent armor, which has the motorcycle on the side that we got in the loot boxes for those who were lucky enough to get them. This is something equivalent to the effect. I really like what they have here. Something like is that like a mini tank from World War One? What is that? Wow, it reminds me. That reminds me of the Mark V tank. If you've played, what's the name of that game? Battlefield 1, the campaign. The first campaign where you're playing this British driver and you're the hero in a Mark 5, excuse me. What was the name of that tank? We called her. Come and meet Big Bess, lady of your dreams. It looks so tiny, unless that's just the mini model. But then again, the mouse is one of the biggest tanks in the game. Oh well. Anyway, 3,000 bonds? WarGaming, you are nuts. That's all I have to say. Okay, so next we have Saiga for the tier 10 ST2. It is a tier 10, isn't it? Yeah. Haven't played the vehicle in ages. What is that? Rocket launchers on the top? Wow, that looks pretty cool. And the machine gun, that's... I like this tank. I like it. It's a solid tank. Wow, look at the modeling, man. This is amazing. Would you look at that? What does it say over there? It's in Russian. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it says. If someone could translate in the comments below, that would be great. But I do recognize a few words, but my Russian is very, very, very rusty. Of course, I know a few words and phrases. I still remember them because they're seared in my brain. But just saying. Okay, good. The price is not good. Price is ay 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 WarGaming. Ay ay ay. Being too greedy much? Being far too greedy. Last but not least, what I noticed is this style for the Object 268 version 4, which I'm about to get in the coming days. Well, God willing. Again, for 3,000 bonds, we have the fair trade. You see, they first conducted geographical survey, then they build mines and extract ore, which they take to Metallurgical plant to create a steel. To create steel from it. Yeah, I mean, this tank is very well known for its decent frontal armor, very deadly gun, good gun handling, amazing alpha. What is that? What are those? Those are not rockets. No, they are not rockets. That's a machine gun. They look like rockets, but what the hell? What are those? Okay. I really like the helmet over here. Is that uh is that a foul? No, it's not a foul. Or some kind of version of a papesh the Russian soldiers had in back World War II. If you played Call of Duty, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't look like a papesh. Apart from the magazine, everything else, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys like the style? Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but I have to show you all around the models. WarGaming. Ay, 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 WarGaming. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, style is called fair trade. Well, if you have an alpha of 750 and you have controlled impact and you use a turbo on this thing and you go and ram people, well, yeah, I guess that's a very fair trade. It's an unfair trade for the enemy, of course. Just saying. So, give or take, what is my opinion about the additions in the Bond store? Look, some of these offers are quite good, others are meh, and the rest are just far too expensive for my liking. Look, if you have all the extra bonds and you are a tank collector like myself and you have everything and you have nothing to spend it on, then by all means, eat your heart out, as they say. Do whatever you want. Besides, it's your money. It's not my money. You can do whatever you want. And you're going to do whatever you want, regardless of what I say. But if you want to save up and you really need that vehicle, well, now's the chance to do it. I've read in many comments on other CC's videos that many people are so happy that the 183 is released finally in the Bond store. It used to be a tech tree tank, for those who remember. And then it was replaced. And then it was inserted again in the, what do you call it, the Hammer store, the black market. I got it for credits. Some people said that they got it for gold. Other people said that they got it for bonds. I don't believe them. Because I specifically remember years ago when it was released once and it was for credits. And I believe it was, I think, 23 million credits. If I remember correctly. Anyway, sorry this video was so long, but I had to cover everything as best as possible in my ability. Remember, I'm just a humble guy. I would like to thank the community for staying with me. Members, thank you for everything. Thank you for your support, love and support. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.